Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's LT's Demented here coming at you with another video, and I'm trying to be early with this video compared to what I did yesterday because I was like, I did video 2 days ago, and I pretty much predicted 2 days ago what was going to happen yesterday. I was like, we can have great data, and the market manipulators will look at it as that's a negative thing because we want more interest rate cuts. And what happened? That's exactly what happened yesterday. And so I want to go over a little more information of what you can try to look out for, a little hints and clues in the economic news because I'm perhaps one of the few, or if not the only YouTuber who's constantly relaying to you need to pay attention to economic data. You just can't depend on charting tools and marking up your zones and indicators. So you had a lot of YouTubers come out yesterday and said, I was right. I predicted it correctly. Based on what? Because, if it wasn't for that negative reaction that the market manipulators decided to do, instead of actually reacting to the actual data, your charting tools and indicators were being incorrect completely. But that's what happens. That's why I said we don't understand we don't understand what these market manipulators are thinking, how they feel, how they want to react to the economic data. They interpret things differently. Instead of looking at what's on the screen, what's actually been released that day, they want to try to project ahead as well. So that's what happened yesterday. So before I get further into this video, you should have taken the time out to read the disclaimer again to understand what's going on this channel at all times. If you did not do that, please go back and do so that way we're on the same page. So that said, let's get into this video. As you see, the market is still down today. Been massive amount of liquidations as well. And I just look at it as a liquidity grab because like the way that the market moved yesterday, when you have the jokes data come out and it came out better than expected, that means that jobs are hiring people. That's supposed to be a good thing, right? And so instead of it being a good thing and the markets reacting in a positive way, the market manipulators decided to look at the fact that inflation, not inflation, but interest rates were not going to be cut, which we already knew. Going back to last month, after the Feds cut interest rate last month. So look at what happened last month as well. Clear example. Interest rates gets cut. That's supposed to be a good thing, right? But what happened after that was Jerome Powell, the Fed chair. He had the speech after giving out the report. And he contradicted himself on many things. But the biggest reaction that happened that caused the markets to dump in the middle of last month, right along with other factors as well, but the main reason why all the markets dumped last month was due to Jerome Powell stating that instead of us doing 5 rate cuts next year, which is this year here, 2025, we're only looking at doing 2. So, like I said, we already knew that the rates were not going to be cut. Also, how we already knew that the rates were not going to be cut? All right, you come right here to CME Group. This right here is how we knew that the rates were not going to be cut already coming into this month. So when you look at this right here, is the likelihood of a cut. This is the likelihood of a pause. But they still dumped the market yesterday. Like I said, it's just pure manipulation. Even when you come down, you can see at the current one, which is the current pause, look at, going back to the 31st of December, 90.4% likelihood of a pause. It decreased a little bit so far this month, 93.6%, but, and then went back up to 95.2%. You can see right here, back on the 6th of December, they're predicting a 62.9% pause. And that those odds increased drastically after the rates were cut last month. Which, when you're going back, as far as I can remember with Jerome Powell, when it comes to these rate cut decisions, whatever way that the predictions are leaning, Jerome Powell has gone in that direction. He does not like to cause a shock in the markets. He's very predictable, right? That's the reason why the markets reacted so harshly last month when he gave his speech, because he shocked the market without even trying to do it. I don't know if he was trying to do it or not, but when he said that we're not going to cut interest rates 5 times next year, we're going to cut 2, possibly 2 times now next year, that dropped the market. It dumped the market. Okay, so what can we expect today? Well, today the biggest one is the PAMM minutes report. Okay. Also, we have ADP employment change. We got the jobless claims, and we never know how the market manipulators want to respond to this data. So we got the jobless claims and the ADP employment change coming up in over an hour, so less than 2 hours. Okay, and then the PAMM minutes reports don't come out until this afternoon. So the thing is, although this right here can be like, oh, there's less people filing for unemployment, but we still gonna dump the market. It's supposed to be a good thing that less people are filing for unemployment, right? Benefits, but they can end up dumping the market some more. It's just, we don't know how the market manipulators will decide to move the market when this data is released. So people that's always crypto YouTubers that's always coming out and they just showing you the charts and, oh, look at this zone, if we can get to this golden Fibonacci zone and this Elliott wave theory and all this other type of stuff, don't mean crap when it's economic data that's heavy in the market that can move the market, and the market manipulators can move the market how they see fit. So I saw it yesterday. So many YouTubers come out. I was right. It's like, it wasn't because you marking up the chart and using indicators and all that other type of stuff. Because when you come and you look at Bitcoin right now, look at the RSI strength, so the relative strength index, right? Yesterday, before the data was released, it was well above 50. After the data release, look what happened, went down. So the only person, I was like probably the only one that was literally saying that yesterday we can possibly see a dump day. I was saying it 2 days ago. So the thing is, it's like a lot of the crypto YouTubers, they was putting out theories, but I'm like, this is what can happen. It's like we can get a great data release with the JOLTS report, but the market manipulators can end up dumping the market because, it means that we're not going to get any more interest rate cuts, for the month of January, because that's when the next Fed rate cut decision is this month. So we got what, January 29th, I think it was. Yeah, so 21 days. 21 more days, we're going to get the next PAMM meeting. Okay? And so when you come right here and you see that the fact that the PAMM minutes report don't have a consensus, don't have an actual or anything like that, it's a report that's released. So you got to go to the Fed website and actually get the minutes report, and you download it. So this was the last minutes report, and the minutes report are normally released like 3 weeks after the PAMM meeting, okay, and the speech of the Fed chair. So when you click on this, you'll be able to see it opens up in a PDF. And the YouTuber I like to follow, he does a very good job with breaking down economic news and everything like that. Perhaps the best at doing it on YouTube. He takes this PDF and he uploads it into AI like ChatGPT, something like that, and it pretty much explains what the report is saying in a very short period of time. Instead of reading this page by page, the AI is able to summarize it in a faster way, so that way we can understand what the report is saying in a faster way, instead of trying to read everything ourselves and we're missing out on opportunities getting into good positions right in the market. So that's how you end up looking at the PAMM minutes report. Okay, so when you come back over here to Bitcoin, also you see that the stochastic RSI is also showing here on the 4-hour chart that Bitcoin's oversold. You see I got these zones marked up. Didn't mean a thing. So these right here supposed to be support zones, right? Don't mean a thing, if the market manipulators decide to move the market in a certain way based on economic data. That does not mean anything. And so you can mark up your chart, you can drop your zones, you can do your Elliott wave theories and all that nonsense. When it's just like, I call it nonsense because none of you are paying attention to economic news. It's the economic news is what caused this right here to happen, not what you're doing in the chart, nothing like that, nothing dealing with how much liquidity can be swooped up at this area or down in this area. Does not matter. The economic news is going to move the markets, and the market manipulator is going to move the markets according to how they feel, according to their reaction to the economic news. That's it. So you see what's going on in Bitcoin, and who knows how far the Bitcoin can dip. Because when you come right here to the liquidations, you can see here, got over 700 million liquidations in the past 24 hours. All right. And when you come right here to the heat map, and let's go ahead and zoom this out to a 3-day. Let's see what's going on here. Like, there's nothing down here. Even if you go out to 1 week, and so you go out to 1 week, yeah, I mean, you can see some more things right here that you can be had, but it's really not a whole lot compared to really going back up. So the reason why I'm saying going back up is when you look at, let's go right here, liquidation map, look at all the short positions. If Bitcoin was just to move, according just on Binance Exchange alone, if Bitcoin was to go back up to 98.6 thousand, you're talking about well over $700 million in liquidations and short positions. The long positions have been dried up in the 1 day. You go to the 7-day, still dry, and look at the shorts. So if you go to $100,000 here, let's go right down here. That's well over $1 billion that can be liquidated in short positions. But will the market move up there and sweep up all those short positions that's over leveraged? Who knows? You gotta wait for economic news to come out. Can this move the market a little bit? It could. But the biggest reaction is going to be the policy minutes report. The best thing about what happened yesterday is that they already used the excuse of us possibly not getting interest rate cuts as an excuse to drop the market. So it should not be a shock. It shouldn't have been a shock in the first place, because we already knew that there was not going to be any interest rate cuts. It's going to be a pause. We already knew that. Going back to last month, we already knew that. But the market manipulators will use any type of excuse in their playbook to be able to move the market accordingly, make things cheaper, and then they buy everything up at a cheaper price. This is the way things work, and there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, so let's get back over here so you can see what the altcoin market is doing as well. Like I said, you got the resistance zone, you got support zone, you got resistance, support, and all this other type of stuff that people are dependent on constantly in their YouTube videos. And so like there's many YouTubers that was talking about how we had to see this close out in the daily Fibonacci zone, and Bitcoin did close out in the daily Fibonacci zone. Like when it came all the way up here, it was in the golden Fibonacci zone, right? And it closed out 2 days in a row, I think it was. And what happened? Just like, oh, the market still dumped. It does not matter what it is that you so-called trying to do on your computer screen or in the charts when it comes to economic data that can move the markets either way. Because all of you that was saying, like, oh, we can see a dip here based off of this Fibonacci zone. What if the market manipulators would not have reacted to the fact that there's now being interest rate cuts possibly this month, and they shot the market up instead? How would you have looked? How would you have sounded? I said, I've been the only one saying you need to take this thing day by day, look at economic news, See what's going to happen with the market manipulators against the economic news, and then you make your decision. So unfortunately, I've been stuck in positions since last month because I was on vacation in Cancun. I was not paying attention. I was just trading blindly, and because there was times that I was out on tours and couldn't get a good signal. So I'm like, man, let me just open a position right now and then hope for the best. And I got stuck in positions. So naturally, I just could not get out of those trades yesterday prior to the economic news. But once I'm able to get out of these trades, every time that there's major economic news, make sure you wait until after that data is released to see what the reaction is going to be. And then you can make a decision on, if you want to enter into the market or not. Because you can make money, the market's going up or down, right? But since we're still in a bullish market, I'm not going to open up any short trades. If I was able to get out my trades yesterday, I would not be trading right now. I'll be waiting it out. I would not short this because you don't know how far down it can go down in a bullish market. It can go down short ways, it can go down long ways, but the thing is, we know that the market's gonna come back up. And the sentiment is already saying, is already out there saying that this is the last major flush probably before altcoin season and Bitcoin take off, right? So now let's get back over here. See the 30-day. Still the same thing. So yesterday it was like when I did a video 2 days ago, I think it was, the thing was mixed. So now you look at overall, same thing applies. So what's going to happen now? All of the YouTube that love to predict things, what's going to happen? Will Bitcoin go back up and swoop up all the short positions, or will it continue to go down? What I say constantly, take it day by day, pay attention to economic news, because the economic news is going to control the market, with the market manipulators, of course, as well. So these take it day by day. All right. And, when you come right up here, let me see, there was the data. There we go. So we got the, let's see what the fear and greed index is showing over here. Showing that is at 70. That's like, I mean, I know some people like to use the coin glass fear and greed index. I just don't think, to me, that is the actual sentiment. When you look at what happened for majority of the month in December, although the market was doing well until yesterday, with this massive dump yesterday as well, I just don't think that the fear and greed index is this high. I think coin market cap is more accurate. This is the overall sentiment, because when you look at all the people that's getting liquidated, people are panic selling as well. I just don't see how it is is up this high. I feel like this is more likely where the fear and greed index should be at. All right. So when you come over here and we look at the RSI heat map, like, okay, how is it that coin glass has the fear and greed index at 70? Everything is being oversold, just about. Everything is being panic sold. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 projects here, or cryptos, that are still somewhat being bought strongly. Everything else, you got very few things that's in neutral. And excuse me. So it's something that I had mentioned to my good friend in my Telegram group as well. I said SRP and SLM didn't drop hardly at all, and they didn't. When you look at the chart, it's just crazy. So that's the reason why they're not down here. Everything else that had massive drops with Bitcoin yesterday, they're all down here in the oversold area. Okay, so now when you get let's go to the visual screener here. Look at the shorts closing out. Look at the longs entering. How is it that CoinGlass has a fear and greed index up at 70? I just don't get it. Then look at the long closing out, whether they're being liquidated or getting stop loss. Which I had 3 positions hit stop loss. I have Bitcoin, Sui, and Solana. I think I'm just gonna be done with Solana. I was like, man, I tried Solana last month and It like hit the I was trading it all the way up to a new all-time high. Everything was pumping, and then Solana ended up dipping, dumping, over the course of days and everything like that, in weeks, while everything else was still pumping. I just like, and I tried Solana again, and the moment I tried Solana again, I hit the stop loss again. So I was just like, you know what, I'm done with Solana. I don't know what's going on with Solana, but you can trade how you see fit, but that's just me. But anyway, you see the longs closing out, you see the shorts entering. So you got the bears dominating the market right now. How's the fear ingredient that's at 70 according to CoinGlass? I don't understand that. So let me see, what else can I look at here? You know what? Let's go back over here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. So this right here is another good thing to see. As long as Bitcoin dominance don't reach 58%, the altcoins are going to be able to withstand this dump that we're seeing right now. And if Bitcoin dominance is able to go down some more, let's say 55, 54%, altcoins would be able to recover a whole lot faster. So right now, Bitcoin dominance being less than 58% is helping altcoins as well at this moment. And let's see, altcoin season, have they updated this? Yes, they did. Because yesterday, when I was looking at this, now I didn't go over this in my video yesterday, but yesterday this was at 54. Now it's back down to 45. I think, so I know that they stand right here yesterday 47, then last week 48. But when I was looking at this yesterday, before the dump happened, it was at like 54. So no, so altcoin season has taken a little bit hit, but that's okay. They're doing what they want to do to have the panic sales happen. Then they're gonna go in and swoop up everything and pump the market again. That's just how things work. So let's take a look at another thing I want to look at, so that way you can see that. I know people probably starting to say that, oh, we're not having a bull run, but when you come right to the Bitcoin rainbow chart, it's showing you here clearly we have not even gotten to the peak of the bull run season, not even close to it. So we got a ways to go. Just be thankful that this dump happened yesterday to slow down the bull run. The opportunity of Bitcoin getting to new all-time highs possibly this week, because that's what it was looking like yesterday prior to the economic news coming out and dumping the market. It was looking like Bitcoin was going to hit new all-time highs this week, but all that's changed a little bit, and I guess it's a good thing, because now we can look forward to a longer bull run cycle. So be thankful. I lost on some 3 trades yesterday. I'm in still a big drawdown with my other trades because I was stupidly trading while I was on vacation in Cancun. But thing is, the market will recover and it will eventually go up to new all-time highs and continue upward from there. Eventually, you got the inauguration for a new president administration in the United States coming up on the 20th of this month. Don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, because the market's going to be closed at a certain point tomorrow due to the memorial services for former President Jimmy Carter. So I don't know what the market's going to do tomorrow, but there's no major economic news tomorrow anyway outside of that. And then Friday we got the NFP, non-farmers payroll news that can come out. How will the market react to that? We gotta wait and see. But that's gonna be the biggest one for this week, the NFP. So I think that's pretty much all that I want to cover in this video. Just want to give you a straight up conversation. Just like you gotta be careful who you listen to, on this in social media. And I'm not saying that I'm the one that you need to listen to or anything like that, but I'm just trying to do my best to cover all angles of the market to the best of my ability. Just ask yourself, how many these crypto YouTubers are talking about, this kind of information right here. The FOMC minutes report, the interest rate cuts, all that, the other economic news. How many of them are talking about that? Hardly any, if any at all. So I'm just trying to get you to open your eyes up and look at everything in a broader perspective, so that way you can make better decisions with your trading experience. That's all I'm trying to do. Not saying it's the right way or wrong way of doing things, but we need to look at all of the information that's being handed to us so that way we can make better decisions. And I like I said, I put out the information yesterday in my group. I said, hey, if you're not trading right now, do not get into the trade. Don't open up any trades until after the economic news. So what happened? The market dumped, and it's still dumping right now. How far would it go? Could it reverse back up with good information today? It could reverse back up. How much could it reverse back up? Don't know. Anybody that's trying to say that this right here is going to happen, all this other type of stuff, they're dead wrong. They don't know what's going on. Nobody does. All right. So that right there pretty much concludes what I wanted to talk about in this video. I know this is probably a little bit longer than what I usually do, but I just wanted to get right here and just focus on that you cannot just depend on indicators and trading chart tools to make decisions in trading. And like I said yesterday, before the news came out, look at where the relative strength index was at, like over 77. But these YouTubers were correct, right? I was the only one that was saying that the market could possibly dump with economic news this week because the market manipulators want to react to the fact that we're not getting interest rate cuts, which I had already knew. And we already knew we wouldn't get any more interest rate cuts this month, this time around. We already knew that. And I had predicted that 2 days ago. Based off economic data, not trading chart indicators. Because if you was looking at this trading chart indicator 2 days ago, it was bullish. But I was giving the information out like this could go down, depending on how the market manipulators react to the news. And was I right? I was absolutely correct. And look at the stochastic RSI now dipping down. Look at the money flow index, also dipped down a lot. But all that can change if the market manipulators decide to react to the news positively today, and they can flip the switch and go all in on long positions and wipe out all the short positions. That can absolutely happen. Could it happen today? Could it happen Friday? Don't know. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know what's going to happen. I don't know. And nobody should be doing that. Trying to predict, say this Elliott wave theory is based on this right here. No, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. So the market is the king. The market manipulators move the market according to how they see fit. There's nothing that we can do. We can have all these zones marked up and they can be like, what zone? Forget your zone. We're going to drop right down through it. We're going to go right up through it. Doesn't matter. So that right there is all to say. If you like what you heard and saw, please subscribe to the channel. Also feel free to share this video with other people. I'm trading on Pionex cryptocurrency exchange. If you're interested in joining this cryptocurrency exchange, just know that they do offer free trading bots for you to use in futures and spot trading. They also have copy trading opportunities, and you can do manual trading right along with other products that they offer. Pionex is not available in the states of Georgia, Alaska, and New York. Neither is it available in the country of the UK. So with that said, if you heard about that from Pionex from someone else, please get that person, use their link, create your account, do your KYC, make your first deposit, and trade how you see fit, and also show us how to do the same thing. That's all to say. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.